Well, happy Wednesday, everybody. I'm SEU President Kent Ingle, as always, joined by our VP for Student Development, Dr. Bethany Thomas.
What's up, everyone?
And you're watching SEU Now, our weekly update show. We keep you informed on everything and educated on everything happening right here at Southeastern University. It's always fun to get together every Wednesday at this time. Yeah. Today we have the pleasure of sitting down with our brand new head coach for Fire Football, Adam Waugh. And Adam, welcome to our show today.
Thank you. It's great to be here.
Yeah, excited to have you here and talk about SEU Fire Football.
Yeah.
Had your first win this last Saturday, so we're excited about that. But Adam was recently elevated to acting head coach this past summer after Coach Cesar Rivas Sandoval stepped down from the position due to some health-related issues. We, of course, grateful to Coach Rivas and his leadership at SEU, but we'll be praying for him and his family as he faces the next season of life.
Yeah.
But we're just thankful to have Coach Adam here with us now, leading our football, and very shortly you can tell us a little bit about what's going on as we head into this brand new season. But before we get started, always want to fill you in on the top 3 things that you need to know happening here at SEU this week. Our very own Executive Vice President, Dr. Chris Owen, will be speaking in our Community Chapel tomorrow morning. I keep forgetting we've switched from Tuesday to Thursday, right?
I'm loving it. Yes.
Yeah, and because Monday night is such a huge in the house.
Yeah.
We're
there so late.
and so late, and then it's hard to get up the next morning to make it. So I think that's a great move, and I applaud your teams for making it happen. But he'll be speaking tomorrow morning, so make sure you head to Bush Chapel before class. You don't want to miss that word.
Yeah.
Secondly, this coming Monday, September 5th, hey, why don't everybody just take the day off?
Well, that's so kind of you.
Yeah, I think that would
What
just
made
be
you
a
think
lot
of
of fun.
that?
Let's just do that.
All right.
You know what? It's
This just in.
Yeah, it's Labor Day, so we want everybody to enjoy the day off
Yeah.
and get some rest, decompress, do something fun.
Yeah.
But we'll meet you back here on Tuesday, so enjoy the long weekend. And then number 3, our women's volleyball team will be headed to Williamsburg, Kentucky this Friday and Saturday, September 2nd and 3rd for the Cumberland's Invite. They'll be taking on teams from Bluefield University, Ohio Christian, and a few more.
Yeah.
You can find the links to watch these games live on the women's volleyball schedule page on fire.seu.edu.
Edu.
There we go. There we go. And, go Fire.
We're excited about that.
Yeah, and of course football is playing this weekend on the road as well. And
Savannah.
so, but let's get started. Adam, share what originally brought you to SEU and maybe where you served before joining us here at our university.
Okay, great. Well, it's been a great time here at SEU. I've been here just barely over 1 year. So a lot has changed in a short amount of time, obviously. But prior to coming here, I'd been a Division I coach in college for 15 years all around the country.
Wow.
University of Pittsburgh, Army, West Point, Cal Poly, traveled the country, did the coaching thing. And then my wife and I started a family, had 3 little kids, and we said we may want to settle down here a little bit, stop moving around. So she had a job opportunity to come to Florida. We said, well, why not? Let's go see the beaches and the sunshine.
Wow.
We moved here from Louisiana with 3 young children and coached high school football in the area for 3 years. I was at Calvary Christian in Clearwater prior to coming to SEU, and I'd been at Tampa Jesuit as well. And then I had some friends in common with Cesar Rivas, and he had a job opening here last summer, and he called me and said, hey, you interested in coming to SEU? And I had a great experience at Calvary Christian with a Christian academic environment. Been my first time really doing that.
Wow. And
he told me all about SEU and what it was about. I said, come on. He said, come on out. So I came and interviewed, fell in love with the place, and here we are.
Wow.
So, yeah.
That's amazing.
And we are so grateful you're here. That's for sure.
Yeah, and you served last year as the defensive coordinator.
Yes. So I came in as a defensive coordinator and did that for the first season.
Okay.
And
how did that prepare you for now?
Well, it's a lot different. I'm not sure if anything prepares you for being the acting head coach or the head coach role.
Yeah.
There's so much more that goes into it.
Wow.
But got a great team behind me, great administrative support. So far so good on the transition. But I feel great about the football side of it. It's just the newness of the administration things and dealing with the parents and dealing with the travel and the buses and all those type of things has been different. But it's been good. I'm stretching my skill set a little bit right now.
Oh no, man! Just watching your leadership Saturday night was just amazing, and got the first win, and so exciting. You also earned, and I don't know if everybody knows this, but you were in the Mid-South Sun Division Assistant Coach of the Year last season after the Fire led the whole division in scoring defense. So great, accolades for you. Tell us a little bit about what that honor meant to you.
It was really nice. It's gratifying to see, hard work come to some fruition. Yeah. But as coaches awards go, it's always a reflection of the players. And we were blessed to have some really good players that bought in because it's hard when a new coach comes in as the defense coordinator, as the head coach. Some guys kind of look at you, well, this is not the way we did things before. The other coach did it this way or whatever. And the kids did a great job of buying in. We had some talented guys, and they trusted what we were trying to implement, and they put it out on the field and did a great job. So it's just really a reflection of how hard the kids worked and how much they bought in.
Yeah.
So.
And last year you ended with 8 wins, 2 of which were against top 25 programs, and closed with a 5-game win streak. How do you plan to keep the momentum going this season? I mean, you already started off with a good victory. And
We did. And that's the tough thing because really we turned over about half of our football team. So with graduation and things like that, that's kind of how college football works nowadays.
Yeah.
Kids come and go, and we have about half of our team is brand new. So the big challenge to build on the momentum is, bringing the team together and building that culture and that team unity. So far, so good along those lines. But, the big thing is, Coach Rivas did a great job of building this team and this program and this culture. And he's a great friend of mine, a great mentor. And we're just really trying to continue with what he built.
Yeah.
And I think there's a strong foundation to the program. Yeah. So, there's like in any football season, there's going to be ups and downs, and there's going to be adversity and injuries and all those type of things. But right now, the kids are really bought in, and they're trusting their coaches. And every season is its own animal, you know. But I think having that success at the end of the year last year hopefully will propel us to some good things this year as well.
Yeah.
Wow, that's exciting.
Now, this past Saturday, we took on the North American Stallions.
Correct.
Right?
Yep.
And this Saturday, we're headed to Savannah.
Correct.
We're headed there on Friday.
Yes.
And by we, I mean you guys.
You can come along. We'll get you a seat.
That'd be fun to play Savannah State. Can you give us a recap of Saturday's game and then a rundown on what to be expected in gameplay this Saturday?
Sure. Yeah, it was a great win versus North American. They're a relatively new program, so we weren't really.
Are they out of Texas?
They're out of Houston, Texas.
Houston,
okay.
Yes, sir. So they flew over the day of the game, which I thought was a bold choice.
They flew over on Saturday.
There would have been a delay or a weather issue.
No kidding.
So they came over Saturday, and they were a talented team, and they had some good players. But our kids did a really good job, and we just kind of our challenge then was, hey, let's stick to the fundamentals. Let's not get crazy in this first game. Just kind of play our game, and they did that. And we were able to get some turnovers and some early touchdowns on defense. Offense got clicking a little bit. We're breaking in a new quarterback and a lot of new players at key positions. So it was good to see those guys get some game action. And as good as the scoreboard looked, the film after the game didn't look quite as good
as
from the coach's perspective. So a lot of growth to be done, a lot of working to do. But the kids are working hard. We've had a good week of practice so far, so hopefully we'll continue and keep getting better.
Yeah.
Well, we had the privilege to make sure our Flames were working on the scoreboard because they were going off quite a bit Saturday night.
Yes, they were.
Every touchdown.
And
Get more
the
propane.
Flames are awesome. I have 3 kids. So I have a 10-year-old, a 9-year-old, and a 7-year-old. And they love the Flames. I'm not sure they watch what's going on the field.
They just want to
when
wait
those
for the
flames
fire to
go
go
off,
out.
they
They
get
love
fired
it.
up. Yeah, it's exciting.
We'll have to get them on the field to help us put them off at the beginning.
There you
when you guys
go.
come
There you
through.
go.
They'd probably love to run through the helmet.
They would love it.
And when you guys come out of the football helmet at the start of the game, if you're standing close by, we have Flames down there as well.
Yep.
And it's
can
like,
feel
man,
it.
you can feel the heat. So, it's for sure.
That's cool.
As they come off. Now, with this new position, is there anything new that you're excited about implementing and bringing to the table within our football program?
We're not changing a whole lot of things from how Coach Rivas did it. His personality and mine are a little different, so we come about things a little bit differently. He was probably a little more emotional. I'm probably a little more business-like on some certain things, which is fine. So there's some tweaks here and there, but the structure of the program is the same. When Drew Watson, the athletic director, offered me this opportunity, he said, we want to make sure we continue having a faith-infused football program.
Yeah.
So, and obviously that's a critical component, and that's what makes us different here at SEU than other schools. So we're trying to take these 120 players we have and give them many opportunities to grow in their faith and their walk with Christ, with different devotional opportunities, different Bible study opportunities, different times to pray and do certain things, and how we act. We're trying to implement some new regulations with making sure we watch how we talk and how we speak and how we dress around campus. So all those things have been good. The interesting thing with the faith-infused football piece is, with so many kids on the team, they come from different walks.
Sure. Right.
Some of these kids have grown up strong, really devout Christians, with a strong background. Some kids are a little different area, from a little different level of their faith walk. And so it's a challenge to the coaches to meet everyone where they're at and give them something that will help them grow and get to where they need to be.
Yeah. So that's so good. Good.
Yeah. And it's so evident in what you're doing, because I can already tell it in the team. And I was telling you earlier, seeing them all at Monday Night Chapel was just really cool. They all sat up front, introduced themselves. It was just really cool to just, I don't know. It was just really fun to meet all of them in a different place.
And I see that as well. And I think part of that's a really good job of the coaches and how they recruit and who they recruit.
So
because
true.
You can bring a player in here that you want as a player, but if he doesn't fit the culture of the university, it's probably not going to last.
Right.
Yeah.
So we're trying to make sure we get kids in here that are good fits and that are going to embrace not only the football part, but the culture of the university and the faith-based perspective.
Absolutely.
So.
Now, I have 2 questions. I'm going to sneak one in that you don't know about. I always liked...
She does that a lot.
I do that a lot. I'm like, I want to know this. So the white hat is the main head ref on the field.
Yes.
Okay. And then the coaching staff, you were wearing a red hat on Saturday.
Yes.
Does the head coach always have to wear a red hat? Because I noticed Caesar always wore a red hat.
No.
Okay. There's no rhyme or reason.
We just happen to have a lot of red hats. Okay. So I think that's why that
might
happens.
be a dumb question. I always like to watch the coaches' faces, because something that I think is good, you may not think is good. So I was trying to locate you, and I was like, red hat. And then I
may start wearing a different colored hat, so I'm not as noticeable. It's an interesting dilemma. It really is, because we always have to think about what the coaches wear based on what the players are wearing.
Sure.
Right.
So the players were wearing black.
Yes.
So all the coaches had to wear white shirts.
Makes sense to stand out.
So we stand out so they can see us and see the signals we send in and everything like that.
I'm going to need you to write a big C on your head for head coach or something, so I can find you. But the last question I have for you is, what are you hoping, if you could walk away after this year accomplishing one thing, what would that look like?
Well, on the field, we obviously want to compete for the conference championship and get SEU Fire back to the playoffs. Yeah. That's the goal every year. Because if you get to the playoffs, you have a chance to compete for a national championship, and that's the ultimate goal.
Yeah.
We got a lot of work to do before we get to that step, but that's what we'd like to do on the field. And off the field, I think we just want to really develop a program that the SEU community can be proud of. You know, how we live our lives and how we act. And we want to be integrated into the culture. I've been in a lot of universities where the football team is like a totally separate entity from the school, and I think that causes problems. I don't think that's the right way to do it. So we want to make sure that we're a part of the community and that the community is proud of us.
Yeah, that's great.
It's good, and this is our 9th year actually
That's wild.
that we've had college football.
Yeah.
It's been amazing.
A lot of success in those 9 years.
A lot of success. I mean, how many conference championships?
I think there's been 5 conference championships in those 9 years.
Yeah, that's an
great.
amazing accomplishment. And but we love fire football and what it's brought to our university and to the culture, and the fact that they are integrated into who we are and all of that is so important. One final question: what are you most excited about as you head into this season?
I'm just excited about seeing the guys come together. Yeah. I mean, I think that's a coach's dream, is you get this big group of guys that don't know each other that come in during training camp in August, and they kind of go through the fire together in the crucible of training camp and how hard it is. Yep. And to see those guys come together and start loving each other and start gelling as a team and, experience the highs and lows together and hopefully come out victorious, that's just the most gratifying thing for a coach.
Yeah. That's great.
Yeah.
Man. Thank you, Adam, so much for taking the time to be with us today.
My pleasure.
And having a chance to meet you a little bit more. It's awesome to hear about your heart for this program. And I know we have full confidence you're going to take this team to another level, and it's going to be exciting. So
thank you. We're
looking forward to Fire football. Yeah. As usual, keep up with us. The latest SEU news, updates online. You can follow us on social media at SEU University and at Kent _ Ingle. Also, I'm sure if they follow you too.
Yeah,
right?
at BT, I don't know, Bethany T. Thomas.
Okay. And by the way, you might want to watch your podcast.
Yes, I have a podcast every other Wednesday called The Tea with Dr. V.
And I think it is the most popular of our
I think I've
podcast
heard
network.
that. Yeah.
So you even beat me out, man.
I'm sorry.
I just like, wow.
Mine's girl talk. It's like having tea with your girlfriend.
Okay. All right. Well, I'd love to be on your show
You're
sometime.
going to be.
Okay.
I can't wait.
Yeah, I'll tell you what tea I like. So,
Ooh, all right.
Anyway, I hope all of you have an amazing week. We look forward to connecting with you again next Wednesday on SEU Now. Take care, everybody.
See ya.